belong in this galaxy!
You'll suffer exquisitely.
Temporary setback.
This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet, Mole. I understand your intent. If I must.
Unleash my fury.
I am not your monkey.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak. I refuse. As the Emperor commands, I act. Emperor! None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
It's as good as done.
You on the art of pain.
This tedium is beneath.
On it. Who, if not me? I'll make it happen. I won't compromise my principles. I am ready for whatever comes. My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
Horror awaits.
High momentum.
Glato, we're undertaking this task. One of us would be enough. Hold the formation. Understood. You've unleashed my fury. It won't take long. The order is clear. And the punishment takes its due. Let's test our skills, Glato. Accepted.
My. It's time for them to run, my sweet. I can do that, with the right incentive.
I'll take it as a priority.
Don't get too cocky. Akazbalikin.
As the swift. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. Me. I understand your intent. It's beyond the veil. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
I refuse. I'll see to it personally. On it.
Glato, we're undertaking this task. Understood. One of us would be enough.
You've got a problem? I've got a prize. I can do that with the right incentive.
If it serves your cause. No weakness is hidden from my sight. This tedium is beneath me.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Don't get too cocky.
To exist!
I can hear you.
I won't compromise my principles.
Another scar for my collection.
If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I understand your intent.
My revenge will be delectable!
This tedium is beneath me.
Slow and painful is the way.
Killing is my art.
I'm still standing. Just barely.
Orders supersede pain.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! I'll do it. Here's my Emperor!
To you.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
awful mistake.
Will be delectable.
The order is clear. Lex is inescapable. Understood.
Can't catch my breath. I'll make it happen.
You will pay for this in blood.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen.
You pay for this in blood! This plaything is about to break. Two are better than one.
Me? Never in 1,000 sectors.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'll do it. I can do that, with the right incentive.
Don't let your guard down.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Don't get too cocky. If I must. If it serves your cause. I am not your Xenos pet. Fortune favors the swift.
Delectable.
Ancestors guide me!
Master, inflict.
This tedium is beneath me.
I will savor your delectable anguish. Let me educate you on your
Pain cleanses the body.
I'll do it.
Doubt is for the weak. I will not.
High momentum. Mark the target. No heretic escapes punishment.
You call this a strike?
You will pay for this in blood.
It won't take long.
Just need to tough it out. I'll see to it personally.
Moving into position. One less.
I'll make it happen. It's as good as done.
How about no? I can do that. I want a medal for that one.
Pain tenfold.
You've got a problem, I've got a prize.
I'll show you the real
I
thing.
won't stand for it.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
Then death was easy. My finish will be delectable.
If I must. I understand your intent. That is beneath me. If it serves your cause. I am not your Zenith pet monkey. This tedium is beneath. I see you moving. No more.
A pathetic attempt!
Strike is a prayer. This is unacceptable. I refuse. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
The order is clear. Let's test our skills, Glato. Rejected. Blato, we're undertaking this task.
I will tear your heart out for this.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea. On it. I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. Is there money to be made? Keep your wits about you. I always have a backup plan.
A job for me.
always keep my options open.
Monkey... rogue trader. There is something you must do for me. Dragged me out alive. The only reason you walked away from that fight in one piece is because I was on your side. Your self-delusion runs depressingly deep. The soul of Irimeris, the Archon of the Reaving Tempest. It should belong to me. I do not know where, I do not know how, but that bitch tried to dispatch me without sullying her own hands, and she deserves to lose her life. Her soul will remain in my soul trap. When we at last face each other, and we will face each other, even if I have to gut all of Commorragh to do it. And if you're there when it happens, do not even think of trying to deliver the final blow. Only an Aziriesh has the right to take the life of an Aziriesh, and that right is mine. Irimeris is my sister. What does it matter? Yes. I valued her until she went too far in her attempts to dispose of me. She valued me until I refused to bare my throat for the blade without a word. Our relationship has come to a dead end. Now the tie between us must be severed. It is all somewhat more complicated than you're capable of understanding. Our game of old must come to an end. My first step went awry because of Nazrake's treachery. Now all I must do is finish what I started. Destroy her with my own hands before she destroys me. Simply killing her is not enough for me. No, it is too banal. Keeping her imprisoned for all eternity in a cage of misery from which there is no escape. That is a fate more to my liking. Her fury and torment will feed me until her spirit dries up like a fountain of blood spraying from a sliced artery. And also, it might make her resurrection problematic. Naive creature. The homunculi of Commorragh, including Tavantius, whom Erimeris favors, are able to regenerate our slain kin from small pieces of flesh held in amniotic tubes. Any Drakari you kill on the field of battle can come for you again, albeit at a price, since the homunculus claims a portion of their client's soul as payment for this precautionary measure. Perhaps Erimeris was desperate enough or insane enough to resort to such a contract. Who knows? Having Erimeris' soul in my keeping might make her regrown form, if one appears, defective. She might not remember me or you at all. The answer I was expecting. I do not expect to wait long for the confrontation. When my sister learns of what occurred in the arena, she will send assassins, or decide to come herself. What are you looking at? Correct. Directly into the nerve centers. Direct stimulation of the trigger points, provoking constant, unrelenting pain. Do you know how pleasurable it feels when your suffering rings out in unison with another's? The overwhelming ecstasy when your own agony bleeds into the agony of your enemy. My world is woven from that pleasure. I can show you that world. I can teach you, if you do as you are told. I do. And I will not forget my place, so long as you do not lose your grip. As you have already promised me, Erimeris, I will leave you now. When it is time to kill, let me know.
May Terra's light be with you, Rogue Trader. Let's see, your ladyship, Rogue Trader, Shireen, bane of my soul and savior of my flesh. Cruel fate has driven us straight into the foulest corner of the galaxy. Home sweet home to the Drakari scum. I have it on good authority that no one leaves this place. Not alive, not dead, not even in pieces. So what do you want to hear, Shireen? A children's tale about a beautiful princess? A ballad about a queen of thieves? How about a new story, Shireen? Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock, and the core of that rock contained untold riches for servants of the Imperium. The girl scraped out those riches with her little hands, breaking her back and coughing up her lungs, on behalf of people who had never clapped eyes upon her, and who would never know her name. She did this every day until she turned 16. And then his servants came and drafted the girl into the 19th Ifrit Regiment. Can you imagine? Of course, the regiment was wiped out on its first sortie. But the girl survived. The Exalted One protects. So what was next? Years serving in the Astra Militarum, just a shitload of hard labor, and fighting, and deals, and shady connections, and new opportunities. But everything in this world ends sooner or later, Shireen. The now not-so-little girl went and fell in with the Kasbalika. She saved up a little gold, and she even indulged in excess from time to time, until living the good life almost cost the little girl her head after her patrons got caught in an internal investigation between the Officio Prefectus and Departamento Munitorum. So the girl ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, until her eyes and the whims of fortune brought her to the expanse. A shitty story, all things considered, Shireen. The folks on Footfall are my only family, Shireen. The trickster twins and the rest of the rabble, plain-talking and loyal as dogs. And sometimes as dull as the pommel of a worn-out blade. Oh, really, Shireen? And there I thought you were quite ready to believe my time-honed thespian performance. Corporal Haydari reporting for duty, ma'am. I've had enough of the Astra Militarum shit to last a lifetime, Shireen. And my body's collected enough souvenirs from run-ins with Xenos and heretics to last 2 lifetimes. Except when it comes to the Guard, there's no such thing as used to be. That wretched life sank its claws into me good. But that also means I remember what it's like to be a small, shaking, insignificant pawn. And that's why I appreciate what I have now, all the more. What? You think it's difficult? Once me and my fellow guardsmen snuck into the upper city in search of a good watering hole where the high and mighty of that world congregated. Another time, our regiment was sent to defend the tallest spires on a hive world. And I had an epiphany. I saw how the other half lives. And by half, I mean the ones born with a diamond spoon in their mouth instead of an entrenching shovel rammed up their arse. My eyes were open to the truth, Shireen. The Imperium is full of opportunities, even for people like myself. The trick is knowing whose palms to grease, whose boots to lick, whose throat to squeeze, and whose arses to kick. I was very popular with everyone in the Guard Command, you see. I'd procure things for them, whatever they wanted. And so the Kasbalika took notice. You know, Shireen, I could still be bouncing around from one world to another, holed up on tired old ships with only venal grunts for company, if I hadn't decided I wanted more for my life. I accepted a shipment from the Kasbalika of certain chemicals. You know, for carnal pleasures and the like. Some bigwig was throwing a party to celebrate his 5th decade in the service. And that's when I caught the attention of the newly arrived commissar. I was rummaging through the pockets of Astra Militarum with one hand and shuffling the Kasbalican cargo with the other. You can imagine what would have happened to my head had the commissar not started with my higher-ranked patrons. It was orcs. Not everything I say is a lie, Shireen. Whoop the Never mind. Don't give me that look, Shireen. The plotting nobles, the scheming footfall thugs, the mysteries of Xeno artifacts, the bowing and scraping before the self-indulgent ecclesiarchy. All that's gone. Everything beyond these walls melted away like a dream. I'm fighting for my life. My soul's being torn to shreds and my body's bleeding. Is it too much to ask to want to be myself, Shireen? Sorry, Shireen, but that's not going to work. All the poor wretches on Footfall know me as the sweet-spoken lady from the hot planet. I've played the princess for too long to just smash her to pieces. But thanks for the kind words. It's good to know that my soldier's tongue hasn't scared you off. That's a negative, Shireen. Hatching clever plans has been the last thing on my mind recently, you see. But on the bright side, well, that Ashmag Homunculus, may the Ajid devour that black-souled bag of bones, was busy experimenting on me. I managed to nick a couple of trinkets from his laboratory. Here, they may come in useful, if not for escaping, then at least for surviving in this rotten hole. Sir, yes, sir, your ladyship, Shireen. I'll be here, all primed and ready to go.
You came back from the dark, Elentark? Unharmed. I was meant to share your fate, Elentark, and vanish in the Dark City's rotting underbelly. But the Fleshmaster gave a different order. His twisted mind was beset by a question. Could a child of Asurion be saved from the gaze of she who thirsts with intense re-education? By replacing the influence of my spirit stone with the heady tang of pain that nourishes the followers of the dark ways? I donned the executioner's mantle. They allowed me to keep my spirit stone in exchange for the suffering of others. I survived, prayed for Asurion's mercy, and hoped to escape before the stone cracked under the torrent of pain and terror assaulting my soul. Before the experiment was complete. My body has already healed. The wounds of the soul will heal one day too. For suffering is a part of our life, not unlike love and fear and the desire to learn. The paths help the children of Asurion to endure any spiritual upheaval. And you, Elentark, did not allow me to stray from mine. For this, I am grateful. And yet, neither rest nor our reconciliation can soothe the savage turmoil in my soul. Commorragh is lost, we are trapped, and the truth remains as hidden from me as ever it was. What happened to my kin? What happened to my world? And why did my dark cousin tell me less than he knew? Commorragh. This city grinds down the will of the strong and torments any who get tangled in its dark web. The fools are the first to die, and the shrewd perish regardless. I have never been here before, but few children of Asurion manage to escape the Dark City without surrendering a part of their soul. So what is it that you wish to know? An ancient and powerful Drukhari named Asdrubal Vecht, the supreme overlord of the Cabal of the Black Heart, who reigns over all of the Drukhari with an iron fist. My dark kin consider him to be a living god. Much like your emperor on the Golden Throne, Vecht sits upon a throne of darkness and suffering that keeps Commorragh's disparate clans from disintegrating. I would not want to meet him if I were you, Elentark. There are no other cities, Elentark. The Dark City has no bounds. It is a tangle of countless nightmare domains subject to a single ruler. An endless amalgamation of ever-changing and immutable dimensions. You cannot grasp its tenebrous grandeur, for even my life will not be long enough to visit all corners of the Dark City and the realms that border it. But it hardly matters where you go, for death lurks on every corner. The Dark City is pierced by millions of spires, and a webway gate may be hidden in any of them. It is the only way out of this place, and an impassable obstacle to any who do not know how to operate it. I know, and will help you should you so desire. But do I have the answers that you seek? Elantark, I promised that I would no longer hide my worries behind an icy wall of pride and doubt. And so I want to explain myself. But are you willing to hear me out? Sharing experiences of mind and spirit, trying to understand each other, is truly not the path that you and I are destined to take. You still see me as something dangerous, something alien. And I cannot blame you for that, Elantark. I understand, and I accept your answer.
Rogue trader?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
And why would I do that? Oh, I don't think so.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
One and it's done.
Never doubt me.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, too hard for a simple monkey.
You belittle me with this.
Challenges make the spoils that much sweeter.
Oblivion approaches. It would be beneath me to even attempt it. Watch. Behold.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'll do it.
Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is... As the Emperor commands, I act.
If it serves your cause, you cannot force me, Elantak. Stop trying, monkey. I understand your intent. If I must. No weakness is hidden from my sight. My cousin has fallen.
Arbitrators are made of plasteel.
By the manner of their death, we shall know them.
If it serves your cause.
Am I getting paid for this? My, it's time for them to run, my sweet. I'd like to, but I can't. Two are better than one. You jest, surely. My, it's time for them to run, my sweet. I can do that, with the right incentive.
Ancestors guide me. No weakness is hidden from my sight. I will not.
Who? It's not me. I need your aegis, O Emperor.
Hold on, sweet sister.
I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
Don't get too cocky. Two are better than one.
It's as good as done.
Jai Hedari. Remember the name.
I'll see to it. Your end was inevitable. Is there money to be made?
I better myself through my service.
I have learned much in my exile.
You delegate this
I
menial
always
task
keep
to
my
me.
options open.
You can't do anything without me.
And done.
I always have a backup plan.